Okay. Okay. So, shall I start? Can you hear me first of all?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, awesome. So, first of all, welcome everyone to this presentation. Over here, we are planning to present this a new project which we are introducing, in which we are introducing audio and video call on live chat side. So, in this project is focused and built mostly on omni-channel domain. In this project, basically, we have a sort of special case in this project. We have two students working together on this particular project. One of them is Dhruv, and another one is Deepak. Both of you are on the screen. So. Both of them are Dhruv was part of Google Summer of Code, and Deepak was part of Rocket Chat Summer of Code. He was sponsored directly from Rocket Chat, so we are calling it as Rocket Chat Summer of Code. And then in this project, myself, Murtaza Patrawala, and Gabriel from the front end team were the mentor of this project. Uh, so uh, so yeah, I mean that's so welcome everyone, and I would like to hand over the mic to Drew and Deepak for the presentation. All the best, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Murtaza. So during the course of this presentation, I'll be walking you through the product demo in the first 5 minutes. Then I'll be sharing my experience, and then Deepak would be sharing his experience. And in the last 5 minutes, we would be having Q&A, and finally the thank you note. So I'm sure you guys must be excited to just know or watch the demo, right? So without further ado, I'll be introducing you audio and video calls in action.
Is there audio on this?
Yeah, I think there was audio on this, but I'm not sure if the audio is not able to. We are not able to.
Yeah, I don't think sharing a video works perfectly here. It's always not too good an idea. But can you talk over it so that we know what's happening?
Yes, sure. So here we are having, on the left side, we have the agent screen, and on the right side, we have the visitor.
So here I will be act as a visitor, and Dhruv will be act as an agent. So first I will be asking for a call. Dhruv, the slide has changed. So yeah, first here I will be asking for a call to agent.
So I've received a message. So I'll just tick this button on.
Now at the widget side, I have received the call notification with accept and decline option. And as soon as I click on accept button, the video call will be start in iframe. And you can also see the join call button will also be there in the widget side. So here I can see the avatar of agent as well as avatar of mine in iframe.
So we have 3 control buttons in the bottom, which are used to turn mic on and off, video on and off. And we also have the third button to end the call. So we can also simultaneously chat with the visitor while we are on the call.
So along with the video call, we have also option to chat. That we can share the files and necessary things. And then I click on the expand button, and then at the widget side, I will be redirected to a new tab. And in the previous screen at widget side, the iframe is closed and the call session has been restored in a new tab. Now it is asking for me permission. I allow the camera and microphone access, and here I can see the agent as well as.
So I'll be now ending the call. So right now we can also join the call because I have not ended the call session using the red end call button, which is in the action messages. So I'll be clicking on the blue button. So yeah, I've been redirected to the new tab where the call would be restored in that session itself.
So here, now I will click on end call button. And as soon as I click on end call button, the current tab is closed. Now, if the visitor by mistake close the tab, he can still join the call with this join call button, and he will be redirected to a new tab. And again, the call session will be restored within few seconds. Yeah, it's restored. And after allowing it, we can again have a video call. So yeah, it's working.
So now I'll be ending the call using the end call button and ending the session. So we can see that the call has been ended and we have received a message that call ended at 10:44 p.m.
And now here it seems that the visitor has a, here it seems that the agent has end the call. So I've seen the call ended message. And as soon as I click on close window button, the current tab has closed. And the join call button is replaced with call ended message with the call duration. So this was the first demo of our work.
So next up, you must be curious to know how we could enable this setting in live chat. Don't worry, we have got you covered. So we have this next video which will explain the flow. So right now I do not have the settings enabled. So I'll be going into administration. After going into administration, I'll be heading to WebRTC, where I'll be enabling the WebRTC settings. So after enabling the WebRTC settings, I'll just check whether the audio, the call button has been visible or not, but it is not yet. So I'll head over to administration, then Omni channel. And inside Omni channel, we have a carousel, which would give us the call provider option. So from here, I'll select WebRTC as the call provider. And I've already enabled WebRTC in the admin WebRTC settings. So now we should be seeing the button. So yeah, so we have the WebRTC call button. So using this button, we can now use it and just initiate audio video calls. So in the next, so in the next video, we not only have the WebRTC calling enabled in our project, we also have covered Jitsi calling on live chat. So we'll be taking you through that flow now.
So here I will be act as visitor and Dhruv will be act as agent. So first I ask for the, can we have a Jitsi call?
So right now I do not have Jitsi call enabled. So I have the WebRTC call enabled. I'll just head over to Omni channel settings inside the administration. And I'll select the call provider as Jitsi. So I already have the Jitsi call enabled from the video conference option that we have in administration. So now we can see the call button. So this is the Jitsi call flow. I've been redirected to a new tab with Jitsi.
Now at visitor site, I have received the call notification for Jitsi call. And if I click on accept button, I will be redirected to a new tab with the same Jitsi link with the agent is having. So if visitor by mistake close the button, that he has the still join call button to join the Jitsi call again. Yeah.
So next up, I'll be sharing the work that I've done during the program and the challenges that I've faced. And after that, I'll be sharing my journey. So as you can see on the screen, I have created this enable button. Then in the omni-channel settings, I have added this carousel in order to select the two call providers for audio video calls in live chat. I've added this WebRTC call button in the tab bar on the agent side. And when this button is clicked, we get to know this message action message, which contains two buttons, join call and end call. So this was the most challenging part of the project where I had to implement P2P WebRTC connection with the visitor. So P2P architecture fit very well in our use case since we only have one-to-one customer to visitor calling. So I have used DDP connection for the signaling purposes through the Rocket Chat connection that is being already established. And I've been using external stun service provider for relaying the media stream in case any of the user is behind a NAT. So this in this I also had to handle the case of a new user, that is the live chat user, which is not a user that is the same user that we have on Rocket Chat. On Rocket Chat we have user types as Meteor users, so that was the case I had to handle and just play with the streams that are being offered by DDP. So next up, I also added these control buttons, which could control the call. And uh, so in this, I had to handle various cases. Let's say when the visitor joins and starts the call and turns on his video, but the agent tries to refresh, then in that case, we need to store the previous state, right? So there were a lot of cases like that that we had to think and cover. And so while testing also, we missed out one or two cases. So we have successfully audited those messages, audited those errors, and we are keeping the track in our project board. Along with this, I also added this responsive UI where if a visitor wants to have the call with the agent on his mobile, so that case is also covered. So we have made the UI responsive. Last, I have also integrated the end call functionality message that would update the action message to end call in case the call is ended, or in case the call is declined, then this message is updated to call declined by contact. So as part of the project, I also did the benchmark, and in the benchmark, I got the result. So this is one of the benchmarks that I have published in my report as well. So the video was streaming at 1080p resolution. So the uh, size of the audio, that audio in megabytes that we have transmitted and received, is close to 14 to 15 megabytes. And for video transmission and receiving is close to 371 megabytes. All in all, the video was streaming perfectly fine. So this use case, this benchmark led me to think of another future scope feature that we can add in our project, is that optimizing the resolution according to the data pack that the user is having, or the speed that at which the user is browsing. So we can add network bandwidth optimization, a better UI UX experience when P2P connection is disturbed. So as part of the current scope of the project, these features were not included in the design shared by the team. Then we can also add auto reconnection when the connection is disturbed instead of refreshing, and also the granular control in order to have audio and video separately. So in the next month, I'll be working on resolving the bugs that I figured out while benchmarking and helping coordinating with the team to release this feature. So it's been an incredible journey so far. There were lots of up and downs during this journey, and the Rocket Chat team was always beside me, be it be it in the hard times when I got infected with COVID in April, or the joyful times when I was awarded get a bug bounty, my first bug bounty, and got a CV registered under my name. So this bug, I was working on RC for Get project that is being adopted by Rocket Chat. While working on this project, I found this vulnerability and was awarded the bug bounty. It wouldn't have been possible without Rocket Chat. So, uh, so it's all in all a journey that will always remain close to my heart, and this is what makes it so special. So next up, Deepak would be sharing his journey. Over to you, Deepak.
Yeah, thanks, Dhruv. First of all, hello everyone. My name is Deepak Agarwal. I work on the project introduced video call to live chat. First of all, I want to thank Rocket Chat for giving me opportunity to work on this project, and I also want to thank my mentor for their support in this project. So, okay, now I will start with the presentation. Dhruv, can you move to next slide? So, okay. Here I will give a short overview of my work. Like I add the call notification and video call. Like when the agent initiate the WebRTC call, I add the call notification trigger at live chat widget. And on click on accept button, video call will start in iframe. And this iframe will be there as long as it is not ended by an agent or visitor click on the expand button. Now the second is its provide chat option. Like the main advantage of using iframe is that along with video call with agent, visitor has the option to share files, links, or text via chat on the same window. He can scroll to see the previous messages under the iframe. And the next feature is the add join call button. Like as soon as visitor accept the call, join call button will be there, and it will be replaced by the call ended time with the call duration when the agent ends the call. Now the fourth is SDK. Like at Rocket Chat live chat widget, we use SDK to communicate with the Rocket Chat server. So I create the function at SDK repository to update the call status at RC Core database. Now Dhruv, can you move to next slide? So here it is the work done at RC Core. So I developed the WebRTC meet page layout, and depending on the call status, different components are being rendered there. For example, when the status of call is ended, call ended page will be shown with the close window button, as you can see in this image. Similarly, development is done for other status. Now I make sure to show the correct avatar at correct place. That is, if I'm visitor, my avatar will be at the top right here in my screen, and for the agent screen, my avatar will be at center, and vice versa. And the next is responsive code. Like all the feature developed by me is in this project is responsive. That is, all the features can also be accessed in mobile device. As you can see, the call ended page will be look like this in the on the mobile device. Now, for this fixed bug and Jitsi call support, like currently there is an option to enable Jitsi in live chat. And once the agent call the visitor, we are not receiving any call notification at live chat widget. So as shown in demo video, we fixed this bug, and now we are able to see the call notification for Jitsi call as well. And join call button will also be there as R for WebRTC meter. And the next is testing. Like we deploy our project on ngrok, and we have done multiple testing on different network. Even the recorded demo video is on different network and is working good. The next is cost estimation of Eastern and Turn server. Like some Eastern server are available of free of cost. For example, Google Eastern server is something you can freely use for development purpose, but has a free service. There is no SLA, but the cost of Turn server is higher. But one has the option to implement his own Turn server using Kotan project. In that way, he can minimize the cost. And Dhruv, can you move to next slide now? And the next is final product. So in this project, we developed the WebRTC Meet app from scratch and also add the code to make the Jitsi call work at live chat widget. So now we have two video call options for live chat. One is WebRTC Meet app and other is Jitsi Meet app. Dhruv, can we move to next slide? So here's the future scope. Like we can add a screen share feature in a WebRTC Meet app, as it will help the agent to better clarify the doubt of the visitor. So this feature will be really useful. Now we can move to the next slide, that is question and answer.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for the whole project, and the very nice presentation was very good. Thanks both of you for your hard work, and congrats for adding this very amazing feature to our Rocket Chat. And there are some questions. And there are some questions in the chat. So if you would like to address them next.
Guys,
Oh.
just first of all, I want to say congratulations for the results. I was really impressed, and I cannot wait to get it all this merged into production so I can release it. I know that Renato has always been talking about and he was very excited, and now I understand why. So congratulations.
Thanks, Gabriel. It means a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we have the first question by Amul. Is there a possibility that two customers getting redirected to the same agent? If yes, how would be the behavior when both customers try to initiate audio video call? Okay. So first of all, I just want to make a point clear that customer won't be able to initiate call. Only the agent would have the rights to initiate the call. So yes, there could be a possibility that the agent can have two customers at the same time. So in that case, I think the agent shouldn't start the call, but that case is yet to be handled from our side. Is that we can just pop up a message that you need to end your current going call. So that is how we can handle that case. So yes, we do have a configuration to configure the stun turn server. So inside the administration and then the WebRTC settings, we do have this an
This
input field.
configuration. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Singli's answer question has been answered. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rocket Chat. It's been a really amazing journey till now. And a special thanks to my mentors, Murtaza and Gabriel, for always like replying as soon as possible and taking no time to just help us out. And finally, the backbone of this whole program, Sync, you were amazing. Like it was a really smooth experience during this GSOC program. And also special thanks to Alan for reassigning Gabriel when like And my other mentor left RocketChat. So thanks to the whole RocketChat team. Thank you.
Yeah, I also want to thank my mentors Murtuza and Gabriel for providing their constant support when any blocker is come. And I also want to thank RocketJet community for giving this opportunity. It was a great experience, and this journey is till now is full of joy and learning. So it's great. I will like keep contributing to this organization. It's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being a part of the community, guys. That's really. I love when those things happen, like when we can give back in a meaningful way of someone's life, and they can give back contributing to the code, and it's a win-win for everybody, right? That's the beauty of open source, and that's why we love the GSOC project. So I love looking at it, watching these presentations and seeing that you guys had a great experience and that it meant something, and it's something that you guys will take with you forward, and that's heartwarming. So thanks for being part of our team.
Thank you, Gabriel, for your kind words.